Okay, this video is going to go over the most common mistakes that Diablo 2 players make, whether you're new or you've been playing this for a while. The first one is that they underlevel. You might have noticed if you get to Act 4, 5, or Nightmare and you're only in your 20s, enemies stop giving you experience. This can cause problems. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Based on the difference between you and the monster that you kill, there is an experience penalty. This is split up into 3 brackets. The first is levels 1 to 25. So if you are below level 26, you get maximum experience as long as a monster is between 5 levels below you or 5 levels above you. This is always true, actually, in every bracket. However, if the monsters are 10 levels or more higher than you, you're getting less than 2% of the experience from that monster. It's very low. I think it's intuitive for most players that monsters way below your level will give you very low experience. But if you're fighting things way above your level, you're going to have a bad experience penalty. I just threw in some common levels of monsters in Act 5 normal mode. I know when I play, I typically kill Diablo somewhere around level 22, often 22, 23, or 24. That means I'm still in this level bracket. And right away, I run up to the Frigid Highlands and I kill Eldritch and all of his minions. Normally, this is a great spot to farm experience. However, if I'm level 24, notice Eldritch and his minions, this is one of the super uniques. He's one of the best farmable super uniques. He would be 10 levels higher than me, meaning I'd only gain 2% of his experience each time I kill him. It's very punishing. You might not even notice this. You're just playing, rushing through the act. And until you get to level 26, you have this massive penalty because you're killing things a lot higher level than you. Luckily, the second you hit 26, this problem basically goes away. First, if you're fighting enemies below your level, you have the same penalty. 10 levels below, you're only getting 5%. So even when you hit 26, fighting enemies way below your level always has a severe penalty. However, fighting monsters more than 5 above your level now uses this formula. It's your experience gained is now multiplied by your player level divided by monster level. I'll throw into a table here, if you're level 26, and I just copied and pasted those monsters I was talking about before, from this table over here, I just copied their levels in. If you're level 26 and now you're killing Eldritch, well, now you're getting 76% experience. The penalty is much less severe. So the second you hit level 26, you move into a different bracket and it's way less punishing. Now, obviously, you still want to gain some levels so you're not too far off. You don't want this experience penalty either, but it won't destroy the game. Something you should keep in mind too is that unique, super uniques, and all of their minions give 5 times the experience. They also act like they're 3 levels higher. That's why the Enslaved is level 31, but Eldritch, who is a super unique Enslaved, will give you experience as if he's level 34, and he'll give you 5 times the normal experience. But you'll also get 5 times the experience for each of the minions that you kill. So that's a lot of experience really fast. Obviously, once you get past level 40, then you start to suffer these penalties up here. So you don't really want to just keep farming him forever. But making sure you're getting into the 30s is a good idea. Real quick, when you hit level 70, there's a penalty added on top of the monster level difference penalty. So if you're way higher level, you'll always have penalties, but you just get this extra penalty because fuck you. This is why going from level 98 to 99 is so difficult because it's such a massive experience penalty. You're getting less than 1% experience for these last couple levels. Personally, I've never done the grind to 99. I've heard with Terror Zones it's not so bad anymore, but I haven't played enough D2 Resurrected to really go through that grind. I don't think I ever will. I just get too bored too easily. But in case you want to see it, there's the table. All right, mistake number 2, a lot of returning players refuse to accept that vitality is king, at least for their first character. The general advice is strength and dexterity are for gear requirements, and energy can be nice at low levels, but only a little bit. Like if you need a sorceress to get a few extra points of energy, it's not a bad thing because you will respec out of it later. Now, we'll break down strength first. There's a lot of words on screen. Don't read them all. The table is what's important. If I have a barbarian at level 25 and I've put all of my points into strength versus a barbarian who put a normal amount of points into strength, I'll deal 33% more damage. The same goes for this level 50 barbarian, it's about 28%, and level 90 barbarian, it's about 27.5%. Now, there's a lot of estimating here. That's why there's all the words if you care about the details. The problem with strength is that it is additive to all of the other percentage bonuses you get. So if we look at this level 90 barbarian here on the bottom here, I'll highlight it. This barbarian already gets 530% bonus enhanced damage from the frenzy skill. They're getting over 100% from their sword mastery. They might have some on their gear that's not on their weapon. They probably have a mercenary with a high might aura if they care about their damage. And so even with a low strength of 150, they still have over 1,200% increased damage, where putting all of your points into strength, well, yeah, it makes that number higher, but it's not giving you 490% increased damage. It's just going from 1,200 to 1,500. Now, this is the extremes, because these percentages are actually pretty solid. The problem is, using these same characters with these same strength and vitality values, well, level 25 Barbarian with that low strength score, putting the other points into vitality, would have over 4 times as much health. And as you can see at higher levels, that number relatively even gets worse. A level 90 Barbarian putting no points in vitality, even with level 25 Battle Orders, would have 482 health. Maybe their gear can get them a little bit higher, but not that much. Where this same Barbarian, wearing the same gear, would have 3,300 health. It's a massive difference. The vitality is just so much better than the strength. And just in terms of gameplay, you need that health for survivability. You need resistances, you need to get health. If you ignore resistances, if you ignore health, you're just going to die. The game is deadly, especially on hell difficulty, especially with bosses, and there's just certain monsters that you can't really avoid the damage, unless you're, way better than me. Now, this functions differently for every class. Barbarians do get the most health per point of vitality. They also heal the most from each potion, where sorceresses, druids, and necros only get 2 health per point of vitality. And they get 4 mana per point of energy. These are just flipped for mana. It's the opposite. One last thing, though, that does work for all classes is potion crit chance. Your health and mana potions have a chance to heal double this amount. So a barbarian might heal 640 from a super healing potion, but if they have 200 vitality, which is kind of the soft cap, there's diminishing returns after that, they have about a 50% chance of that to heal another 640. Now, this isn't amazing, but it is a nice little bonus that you get from putting points into vitality. The fact is, it's just too easy to get mana from other sources, that energy isn't worth it. Strength and dexterity don't boost your damage enough that you really just need to be putting your points into vitality. The third common mistake that a lot of noobs make is they don't use their resources. And by that, I largely mean gems and runes. People hoard them when they're low level and they're playing their new character for the first time. However, just throwing a ruby or a topaz into your weapon will give you a nice little damage boost. You might as well do it. Throwing a diamond or a low level rune into your shield could be a nice boost. Throwing in amethysts and emeralds into your helmet and armor to get you that strength and dexterity you need to wear better equipment, also a very good idea. You should be utilizing the resources. Pick up the stamina potions. As you can see, this character's out of stamina. Pick them up and use them. Pick up the antidote potion and drink it. These things help your character. One that I wanted to make sure I talked about is the tier rune. The tier rune is, no matter what it's in, it's going to give +2 to mana after each kill. Now, this is a way better source of mana regen than putting points into energy. You want to put those points into vitality. If you really need the mana, throw a couple tier runes into a helm, a shield, an armor, whatever. I probably wouldn't do armor because of stealth. I probably wouldn't do weapon because there's better choices like damage. And what that's going to do is, at only level 13, if you have +4 or 6 mana to each kill, you're really not going to have to use nearly as many mana potions. It's just a nice quality of life. Do you need lightning resist to beat a certain unique? Do you keep dying to lightning enemies? Throw one of these in your gear. Do you want to do more damage? You could throw some Rawls or Orts and Talls into your weapons. I really like throwing them into mercenary weapons. Early game, Andariel drops a normal gem. This could be a ruby. You could throw it in your armor and it give you life. You could throw it in a weapon, maybe for your mercenary. You find a socketed trident, throw it in, he does more fire damage. Use the resources given to you in the game. They will make the beginning a smoother experience. And you'll be surprised. You'll probably have more fun, even if it's not necessarily super hyper optimal. Okay, and the last one is, a lot of newer players will make sure they kill every single enemy. If you see here, I'm playing my Amazon. She does a ton of lightning damage, and these guys are lightning immune, and I don't have a lightning thunder charm. I haven't got to that point in the game yet, so I put a bunch of points into poison damage and made sure I could kill everything. Now, there is some utility to that. Sometimes you want to be able to kill anything, but don't waste your time. I could have just ran by those guys. I could have went the other direction. You do not need to kill every single enemy. This is one of the reasons sorceresses are so incredibly popular. A sorceress can just teleport away. Even if you go all in with, let's say, fire damage, and there's an absurd amount of fire immunes in this game, you don't ever have to fight something that's fire immune. You can just teleport to Andariel and kill her. Now, I would still go hybrid on my sorceress because I like to be able to kill most enemies, but I went fire and cold, and the Countess herself is immune to fire and cold. So you do want to have some way to kill him, hopefully a powerful Merc. But just I think some of the best advice I've ever gotten about this game is you don't need to kill things. If they're in your way, you can find a way around them. You don't need to waste your time killing enemies that you're not good at fighting. Just get past them, move on. All right, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching.
Hey, boys, look what I got here.
Hey, where are the white women at?
This new booty, get it together and bring it back to me. Hit the Players Club for about a month or two. Put a tan on it, then see what it do.
Under the sea,
get it right,
under the sea. Darling, it's better now that it's better. Take it from me. I'm not sure they were all day. Out in the sun, they slave away. While we be boating, full time floating under the sea.
Girl, I don't need you, but you